Bren, you must be pleased to get this done.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been one of those things since the coming towards the end of the season. You never know what's going to happen. But yeah, thankfully the club offered me a deal and we got to a conclusion.
It's football, Bren, but what's it like getting through those last couple of months when you don't know? There's been a strange situation here to add to that uncertainty. What's that like for a footballer?
It can be difficult. Having been in that situation before, obviously I've experienced that. So as you get older, you sort of get used to those moments. But it can be tough, and that uncertainty is very much a daunting thing. But you just have to put it to the back of your mind. Obviously, when Simo came in, we had 15, 16 games left, and that's what we just had to focus on. Whether players are out of contract, in contract, or loan players that are going back to parent clubs, you just have to put everything aside and do everything we can for the club to, obviously, at that time, stay in the league, which is what we achieved.
He's consistently spoken highly of you. Did you get a sense that you might get an offer, that something might be there?
To be honest, I didn't really think about it. Like I said, it's one of those things you just have to put to the back of your mind. I felt like I was playing okay when he came in. He was playing me quite a lot, so I had a sense that he might have liked me as a player, especially with playing me out of position as well in that midfield role, which I didn't mind too much. Obviously not my strongest position, but I'm happy to do a job, and if it helps the team, then I feel like I've done my job. But yeah, like I said, I just put it to the back of my mind and just wanted to focus on the football.
That's been the feature of your 2 years here so far, Bren. You've played out of position on so many occasions, but you just crack on.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things over the years. You just have to get on with it, do a job for the team. For me, as long as I'm playing, I don't mind. I feel like I'm capable of playing multiple positions, and on the left, on the right, midfield is a new one for me. So, and I've spoken to Simo about that, and he does quite like me there, but we'll have to wait and see what happens, and who else comes in, and what he decides to do with the team. But yeah, no, it's exciting times.
What's he said about what he wants to see from you this year?
He wants to see a lot of power, pace, and some good deliveries in the box, and goals, I think, as well. Which I definitely need to score more goals. I know that in myself, and I feel over the course of the season I probably definitely should have had a few more, and probably a few more assists as well. But when you're going through those trying times, confidence is low. You're losing a lot of games. It is difficult to keep yourself in a mindset that is so positive. But obviously now we've kept ourselves in the league, and Simo staying, so there's just positives now, and hopefully for next season we can just have a massive confidence coming into the start of the season and push on.
We've got to know you quite well just chatting around the place. You are your own biggest critic. That's genuine words, isn't it? You want to push on.
Yeah, absolutely. I can be my worst critic, which is it's not a good thing. I'm very hard on myself, and I look back at the games and feel that I've not done too well, but then obviously when I actually break it down and analyse it, it's probably not as bad as what I thought. But then obviously there are times when everybody has a bad game. At the end of the day, we are human still. We will make mistakes, and we can't get things perfect all the time, but we do try. It's not through a lack of effort. We give 100% every game for the club, for the fans, for the manager, and sometimes it doesn't quite work.
It was a horrible season, Bren. What was that like to go through? I mean, I think we hit the point just before Keith left and Paul came in where I think we all felt really low. Was it after the Swindon game, I think? That was a tough period for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's tough and trying times. When you're down the bottom of the table, it's not a nice place to be. I've been in teams where we've been at the bottom of the league and stayed up on the last day. So I've experienced that sort of thing, and yeah, confidence wasn't there. The change room was still a good place to be with the boys and stuff, but something just wasn't quite working on the pitch. And obviously since Simo came in, obviously I had a knock at the time, but the boys went on a four or five win streak, whatever it was, and that sort of kick-started a real confidence in the boys. And we lost a few games along the way, but like I said, we can't get it right all the time, and we will lose games throughout the season, and that goes for everybody. We'll lose games, but again, it's not through lack of trying. It's just something didn't quite happen. But no, there was a real confidence coming towards the end of the season, and hopefully we can keep that and whoever Simo brings in can just, jump on that and push through to this coming season.
And the reaction from the fans through them 15 games, has that given you an insight as to what this club be? I know you can be. I know you've been here for 2 years, but that was a snapshot of where we could go, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's the sort of crowds that we want to be attracting week in, week out, home and away. The fans were brilliant for those 15 games. The noise, the numbers, like the support, the travel, everyone was fantastic in that. And it gives us a real sense of, they want to be here, we want them to be here, we want to fill this place out if we can. So the more fans that come to the games, the better, and we want to make this place a fortress for this coming season, so that when teams come here, they don't like it. And obviously that comes from us on the pitch and winning games, but also from the fans and making it as loud as they can, and a bit daunting for the away fans and the away players. So we're looking to hopefully get that this season.
Key to feeling settled is you've settled here, Bren, haven't you? This is pretty much where you wanted to be, and I think this offer must have been put a real smile on your face.
Yeah, definitely. I am settled here. I've got a house which isn't for sale, for those rumours that are on Twitter. But I like my house. It's nice. It was one of those things that I'm settled in the contract. Obviously, it's taken a bit of time, and Simo said he wanted it sorted by the end of May, and obviously I wanted it sorted as quickly as possible with getting married in the summer and going away and stuff like that. So it's one of those things that is now ticked off, and I can just look forward to coming in pre-season, seeing all the boys again, and just kick-starting the season.
Ticked off that wedding that you've just mentioned. That's not too far away now.
Nah, 12 days from as we sit here and speak. So yeah, a bit nervous, a bit daunting, but I'm looking forward to it. It's exciting, and it's one of those things that I've been looking forward to for like 2 years now, with it being put off last year. So I'm in a good place with that. I'm in a good place with everything else, and coming back pre-season, we'll be confident, happy, and ready to go.
Again, that's key, isn't it? Feeling happy in your home life. And I know at the age you are now, you're going to be one of the senior players in the squad, whatever happens. Do you feel like you've got something to prove with all of that kind of thing?
Like, yeah and no. I am one of the older players, and I don't feel it. I don't think anyone. Like, you speak to an older player whilst they're in the dressing room, you don't feel 29, 30, 31. You don't feel it because a common football dressing room, everyone's with a banter, having fun, having a laugh and joking and laughing, so you don't ever feel older. But I am probably one of the older players now, so I probably have that responsibility to look after a few of the younger boys and help guide them if they want to. It comes down to them asking questions and wanting the help, and I'm there to give it as much as I can with the experience of like 10 plus years now. So it's one of those things that I will help, and I will take that on, and because I have to help the team. But it's down to them to want the help as well.
Tying the knot and the honeymoon and everything, that's brilliant. Can you really switch off? Can you really sort of put everything away, or is it always right, I'm going to get up in the morning, go for a run or do something?
Yeah, a bit of both really. I have to train whilst I'm away. It's one of those things that just has to be done. I can't afford to get a bit lax with it and just completely switch off. So obviously me, Jamie and Simo have all sat down and spoken, and things have been put in place for whilst I am away, because it's difficult. It is difficult to just be on an island and find a pitch to run around and stuff. So it can be quite difficult. So we've put a few changes in to accommodate for me, which is obviously I'm appreciative of. So yeah, I will be relaxing, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, we'll be working hard whilst I'm away.
I won't ask you to set any targets or any daft predictions or anything like that, but it goes without saying, we went through what we went through last season. Next season, we're pushing on.
We have to. That's the way we have to think. That's the way Simo wants us to think, and the whole staff. And there are changes being made in and around the stadium, and obviously the pitch is getting redone again, which they'll do a fantastic job with for the start of the season, I have no doubt. And yeah, there's certain things that are being changed and put in place, which is brilliant, and that's the way obviously Simo, the players and the club want to go, and it's positive steps forward. So last season is forgotten, we can't dwell on that, it's done with, so now we just have to look forward to getting this season started and just making sure we're not in that position again.
Bren, have a great wedding.